self-care vlog. And a big proponent of therapy. Connection. I think that's what everybody's looking for. Hey everybody, thank you so much for joining today. This video is going to be a very relaxing self-care vlog. I am in need of a day of just like full self-care, pulling out all the stops, honestly. The last couple weeks have been quite anxiety inducing for me. My anxiety levels have just been a lot higher than usual, and so I'm kind of just taking today as a reset day and a day to reprioritize my health. I think that when I am prioritizing my health, that's when I feel best in life, and that's when I feel like I am my best self. And so this is just kind of a good reminder for me to reprioritize it and make sure that whatever I'm engaging in is actually life-giving. I really, really value feeling good in life, feeling at peace in my mind. I have a few things planned for today, but mostly I'm just gonna see where the day takes me. So let's get started on a self-care day. Okay, so I'm gonna start this day off by playing one of my favorite podcasts. I just discovered it. It's actually called Jillian on Love, and it's a podcast hosted by Jillianturecki, and she has a bunch of YouTube videos. She has a podcast, she has like books. She gives a lot of helpful perspective on relationships and love. And I just really like listening to her. By the way, there are two other podcasts that I absolutely love, and they're both self-improvement, motivational, self-help podcasts. And one is On Purpose with Jay Shetty. He's absolutely incredible. I love Jay Shetty, and his podcasts are just so motivational, so inspirational. And then another podcast that I really like listening to is the Mel Robbins podcast. I'm sure some of you are familiar with that one. And I'm a huge fan of Mel Robbins. She wrote the book that I just talked about in my last video called The Let Them Theory. She gives very mom vibes. She has some great episodes on just a whole range of topics. I'm just gonna turn the podcast on and listen to an episode while coloring. I highly recommend this coloring book. It's called the Fuzzy Haig Super Cute Coloring Book, and it is by Vivi Tinta. Huge fan of this coloring book. I've just been coloring it throughout the last couple months, and it's been very relaxing for me.
They didn't call me back, that date didn't call me back, and now, my self-esteem is really taking a hit. Okay, I understand your ego is a little bruised, but I'm not going to give them that power over me that says someone I barely know is determining my self-esteem because they didn't call me back. That's the pattern, the habit that we have to break.
Okay, so now I'm gonna get some creative work done. I actually find that doing creative things, even if it's like quote unquote work, is actually really relaxing for me and I enjoy it. So today I'm gonna work on a collage carousel that I will post on Instagram, and then I'm also going to work on a reel that I will be posting on Instagram as well. So let's get started.
That was a lie. I have been afflicted by it. We are back, a beautiful, beautiful that critical smash ponder or and an Oscar on the
Okay, so I just got back from my walk and I'm on my way to therapy soon. And yeah, I have been going to therapy for a very, very long time. I started when I was in high school and now I'm post-grad. And so it's been quite a few years. I'm really a big proponent of therapy for honestly anybody. It doesn't matter if you struggle with like anxiety, depression, or any mental health condition or not. Seeing a therapist is honestly just great for anybody. It's a really safe space where you can just be vulnerable and open with another person who is professionally trained to not judge you and to give helpful, unbiased advice. And honestly, like, who could not benefit from that? Like, I feel like anyone could benefit from that. And so I am always a huge proponent of therapy, and I think there's no shame in saying that you go to a therapist. It honestly just means that you are brave and that you're doing the work and that you're trying to become a better version of yourself. And those are honestly some of the most amazing traits to have, in my opinion. I have really benefited from going to therapy and learning different skills and how to respond to different situations, respond to different emotions, and respond to different experiences. And I've become a lot healthier through going to therapy. Yeah, I'm really grateful for my therapist. Shout out to Donna, she's amazing. I am headed to therapy right now, so let's go. I just got out of therapy and I'm honestly feeling so much more relaxed after meeting with my therapist. We did a grounding exercise and it really calmed me, honestly connected me to what is called like our truest selves. And I've never done a meditation like that, but it really did ground me and make me feel more connected to myself and more connected to my power, my ability, and my sense of calm. I'm really grateful that I got to meet with her today. So I'm by no means an expert at skincare, so honestly, if you have any skincare recommendations that are relatively cheap and also work well, let me know. So for my cleanser, I'm going to be using the Neutrogena Ultra Gentle Daily Cleanser. I'm a really big fan of this one because it is a good price and it's pretty gentle on the skin and it works really well. I am a huge fan of this serum. I think it's really hydrating. It also doesn't leave like a sticky finish, which is one of my pet peeves with hyaluronic acid. So I recommend this one if you're looking for a good hyaluronic acid serum. And then to finish off my skincare routine, I use the Aveeno Daily Moisturizing Face Lotion. This one is relatively cheap as well. You can get it on Amazon. My skin is pretty dry, so I use quite a bit of it to moisturize my skin.